a really in-depth analysis on this. First off, what the fuck? Altina, Dawn's True Blade, a flying sword wielder that has two blades. First off is Dragnel and Alandite. She steals the effect from both Dragnel and Alandite, which is distant counter, but she does something else. Instead of having 16 might, she has 10 might, and for the exchange of this extra might, she trades off some of her speed, 5 speed, for having the Brave effect, biphasal Brave effect. So in other words, you basically you get Reinhardt's weapon effect, Sword Heart. You also get Keaton. I think these two. Yeah, these two are the only ones I can think of that have this effect. You get this effect, you get -5 speed, and you get this encounter. And keep in mind, that's only her first skill. 4 to go. Twin Blades, 2 cooldown, which means it's truly dangerous if you give her quicken pulse and, for example, infantry pulse. She has 42 HP. Yeah, infantry pulse is viable. Ostia's pulse, really anything. It already goes down to 1. Boost damage by 40% of units rest. It's essentially a less powerful iceberg. Right? Yeah, it's a less powerful iceberg. Yeah, it's less powerful both iceberg and glacier. Sorry about that. It's a less powerful version of those, by reducing by 40 damage instead of the 50 or 80 that it reduces normally. And it also has less cooldown, but it's restricted to Altina only, it's not inheritable. But not only that, if special procs, it disables specials, non-special skills. Oh, I see. Okay, what it does is, it does not affect skills like Pavis, Pavis or Buckler, skills that block specials that trigger and reduces damage. It doesn't affect that. It affects the following. If you have a skill, for example, if unit gets double by melee ally, by melee unit, reduces second attack damage by 50%, which is deflect melee 3. You can get a seal, and there are some weapons that carry this effect. This nullifies that once it procs. So basically, if you're looking at Twin Blades at 2 cooldown and you get Altina to quad, we don't know her speed yet. I think it's gonna be relatively low because she's gonna have good resistance to be able to use Twin Blades properly. At least a mediocre to good defense to be able to use attack defense oath, and her attack is the only thing that can really save her. So I think her HP is 42. It's not that bad. So I think her speed is gonna be way low. It's gonna be one of the worst speeds in the game. No, not like that. I think it's gonna be like 25 speed. Something very similar to Legendary Leaf. He also had a biphasal Brave weapon. Sorry, forgot about it. And anyway, if you get her to quad, because I still don't know, but it might be possible. If you get her to quad, she's gonna proc Twin Blades once, and if you have something that reduces her cooldown, she's gonna proc Twin Blades twice in one quad. So yeah, it's pretty absurd what she can do. I'll need to get an Altina. I was trying to focus on. We'll see later the other units on this banner, but I'll talk about them later. Ashera's Chosen. It neutralizes effective as flying bonuses. So it's basically Legendary Robin's Dragon Skin effect, or Iota's Shield. Iota's Shield. Skills that neutralize effective as flying. But not only that, if you're adjacent to only beast or dragon allies, or during combat, okay, if it's like a semi-bond skill, if you are but the bond skill only works if there are beast or dragon allies, or if you are alone. Pretty much attack defense solo, but you can also use it around beast and dragon allies. you get attack defense +6. It's attack defense solo, but it can also work as a bond depending on which allies you have near you. Vantage 3, and it's normal vantage. It's gonna work wonderfully with her Ragnar Wallandite because it will attack twice. It's a basic skill if you have a biphasal brave weapon. Vantage will help you a lot. Either Vantage or Desperation, because Desperation is more towards the player phase if you have like Death Blow or something like that. And Vantage is just if you're like Altina, you don't have a phase focus. And Attack Defense Oath is nice. But I would recommend changing it for Attack Defense Rouse. I know it's way more expensive, but if you're going to use a Shera's Chosen skill, by the solo effect, Rouse is gonna help you later. But if you're gonna use it with Beast or Dragon allies, Attack Defense Oath also works. And I think that's it for Altina. Let's see how much damage she does. Her art is beautiful, and the two swords are truly scary. Quick math, she boosts her damage by 14. 14 is equal to 40%. So 14 over x, 4x equal 140. So that means she has about what? No, that must be a fucking joke. 140 over 4 means it's 70 over 2, 35. No, something's wrong. Yeah, she has 35 resistance. There aren't any other skills that help her deal damage, so that's her base resistance, 35. Pretty scary, and we only saw her double, we didn't see her quad, even against the next knight, so I'm guessing her speed is also abysmally low to compensate for the amazing attack and resistance she's gonna have. And 35 is really good. Now for the other heroes. Fjorm. Well, what can I say about Fjorm? She's still a great character. Don't think I'm saying she's a bad character, but Fjorm has kind of is not that good as she was when she originally released. Because when she first appeared, she was the first legendary hero. She had all the special effects, and she was good. But nowadays, you can encounter a Fjorm on Ether Raids or Arena or modes like that, and she's going to be really a pushover. I think Fjorm has kind of lost its charm and its talent, but she still serves as an amazing defensive unit, especially because of Ice Mirror and Shield Pulse combo, especially with Lighter, which is her PRF, which grants distant counters. So you're basically super buffed against ranged units. And she covers up the physical defense with attack defense bond 3. She also has drive attack 2, but her focus isn't the fodder, and I think if you get extra Fjorms, it's better to merge them up than to fodder, because there's nothing really useful. Attack defense bond you can get from a Rutger, 5-star Rutger, sorry, 4-star Rutger, yeah, 4-star. Drive attack 2 you can get from many units, especially the newest demote Echidna. It's not newest demote, it's gonna be demoted. And Ice Mirror and Lighter can't be foddered, and Shield Pulse is really specific to be used, so it's best used with Ice Mirror. And Fjorm stats are also overall good. She is very flexible. Also, you can focus her up to be anything you want. She can change around to fit your needs. Legendary Land. I actually want to get her, but well, considering my luck in the last few legendary banners, I think that's not gonna happen. But anyway, Lynn comes with the weirdest kit of them all. Many people don't like her because her skills are weird and because her stats are also weird. Her weapon type is weird. Green bow, I think it's the worst color of bow because the game has too many red units, especially red infantry swords, and or even dragons, red infantry dragons. And with that comes a problem. If you're a green bow, you're gonna suffer against these units. If you're a common bow, like for example Legendary Om, it would be way easier to tank them, but Legendary struggles a bit with that. And her base kit is also weird because it focuses on her resistance, but it also focuses a lot on her support with speed, tactic, and defense res. And also, she has Laws of Sakai, which could have been a great skill, but it requires foe to activate and you having over more than 2 units near you within 2 spaces of Lyn. And that's a really weird skill. Also, her bow Swift Mula here, I mean, could have been better. It gives you attack speed +5 if you have more allies near you than foes. But still, she comes off a little flat. She isn't the best unit to pull, especially when the next units are Marth. I mean, I wouldn't even talk about Marth. I think he sells it by himself. Exalted Falchion and Binding Shield create a combo that just obliterates dragons. Attack speed bond. If for some reason you weren't able to double with the massive speed he gets, and even from the flat +3 boost from Exalted Falchion, you can get extra +5 speed. He obliterates dragons, and he also gets bonus doubler effect on his weapon, so that's amazing, especially when his special Fire Emblem procs. When Fire Emblem procs, it gives attack speed DFRS +4 to all units, but for him it's +8 because he gets the bonus doubler effect, and that is truly amazing, and it also helps everyone in the team. Infantry Flash is also a great support, but I wouldn't recommend following him off for this. There are better skills like Infantry Rush, which is way more easily available at a 4-star braid. Sorry, 5-star braid. And back to this. Legendary Tiki. I really wanted to pull for her for more merges, but I think that's just not gonna happen now that I saw how Altina was busted. Tiki is one of the best units. I recently talked about her, but still she's one of the best units in the game. 180 BST, great base kit, and if you want to change her base kit, there's nothing much to be done unless you want to do something crazy. I did so, but still, with everyone is a great skill that boosts your defense even further, and if you're combo to a high defense and high resistance armored unit, or I mean anyone really, because it affects anyone, both of you get DFRS +5. Bolt Fighter helps you on the player phase, but if you want to change it for an enemy phase, doesn't matter, she's gonna be exactly as busted as it was supposed to be. Fierce Breath, if you have Bolt Fighter, it's nice to have Fierce Breath because both turns have the +1 cooldown, but still, if you want to change that for something related to player phase, and then Vengeful Fighter still works, Special Fighter, and then something else, everything works. She's an amazing unit, and also she gets the distant counter and dragon effectiveness, making her truly shine. Now we get to this is the unit I actually like the less from all. Oh, sorry, there's Fjorm, Lyn, and Ryoma. Outside of those three, this is the unit I like the least because I got 2 of him. I don't like his playstyle, and I didn't want to invest a lot in him, so he's just sitting there on my barracks. But if you've seen him in Ether Raids, you already know how powerful he is. He's an amazing defensive unit, especially when Fell Breath procs, which always does, because Upheaval sorry, I was reading the other effect. Upheaval always deals 7 damage to every single foe on the map, so everyone starts off taking damage, and it's not enough damage to, for example, proc Desperation or Brazen attack speed for some foes. It's exactly enough not to proc it, and also to proc Fell Breath, his PRF, which not only gives him attack +3, but also if foe's HP is under 100, which is gonna be after using Upheaval, he gets attack res +6, which is a great defensive option against ranged units, which are his main opponents. But also foe can't make a follow-up attack, and that's truly amazing, because he would usually get obliterated by fast mages, but he gets the rest plus 6 buff, and also foe can't make a follow-up attack. Just for that you can already see how much he shines. And also Death Rest Soul if you want to shove him in a corner in the map, and Bolt Fighter because he just needs something to attack twice. His speed isn't gonna cut it. Still one of the best units in the game. I just don't like playing as him. Oh, that was unexpected. Fjorm? Okay, Bride of Fjorm. I'll have to research for her here. But still, her weapon, Jallerbrew, is... I think Fjorm has a lot of potential for her skills, but I haven't seen her shine a lot in either Ether Raids or Arena. I've only seen a handful of maps using Bride of Fjorm. But still, she's a great unit because she's a flying healer, which allows her to have many movement options, and also because she is fairly great offensively and defensively not, sorry. She has 23 res and 17 defense. It's not great, but still, she has 34 speed base, and if you build her a little up on the speed part, she can already be good, and 48 attack base, making her, I mean, she's almost as good as Veronica. And her weapon, Jallerbrew, not only gets the amped Raffle Staff, but also if foe's HP is equal or less than unit's HP minus 3, or in other words, she comes with a base 42 HP. A boon in HP is recommended because it goes up to 45, but still, if someone's HP has more of a difference than 3 of her HP and is in cardinal directions, so it works like a panic ploy, it inflicts isolation. Instead of inflicting panic, it inflicts isolation. What is isolation? It cannot be targeted by support skills, so unit cannot be danced, unit cannot be healed, and that's absurd. I mean, it has so much potential against legendary Azuras, Dancer Cancers in Ether Raids. It has so much potential. I haven't gotten a single one of her, but I would enjoy one. Restore Plus, it's a nice effect, nice heal. Dazzling Staff 3 is also great, and Ground Orders 3 are very limited skills that very limited skill that helps her allies get the movement buff they need. Overall, Fjorm is a great unit, but she's more focused on offensive or PvP modes. So if you're going against PvE modes, in everything really, Grand Hero Battles, Tempest Trials, story maps, she isn't going to shine as much as in true Arena. Because Arena or Ether Raids, because Ether Raids of the Dancers, and Arena because of the passive support buffs. Yarn, ooh, that's also nice. I didn't expect Yarn to come over. Anyway, Yarn, no, not Sonya, Yarn. Yarn is... he's very similar to Ophelia in the sense of getting to proc his special super fast. He comes with Bunny Fang, which is a weapon which buffs his speed by 3, and is effective against cavalry foes, just like Pawn's Tailwheel Fang. And after combat, if you took damage, if your HP is under 175%, the threshold for desperation, grants special cooldown count -2, which would be the same effect as Special Spiral, but you don't need to proc your special. It's always gonna do this. If your HP is under 75%, because Special Spiral, you need to proc your special, then it starts working. No, this one you don't need to do it. It's instant. And if you transform, you get attack +2 and attack defense -4 on foe. And he also comes with Gale Force because it works fairly nice with his weapon. I mean, he initiates, gets... I mean, if he attacks twice and you attack once, his cooldown goes down to 2, and Bunny Fang does its job and already giving Gale Force. It's a very nice synergy. And also gets out Speed Wave and Attack Speed Solo, which, I mean, pushes already high speed of 36 base to a whopping 48, or even further if you wanna go. His defense and res aren't the best, but I mean, if you take damage a single time, then I don't know, proc Desperation, it's over. You're gonna wreck out the whole map. And Yarn's also a really good unit, but it's a unit you have to plan out things better. I mean, I can already see many arena runs dying because the foe had a skill that, I don't know, special fighter that prevented you from charging your cooldown. Summer Levitain, she comes with Boy Board. Okay, now first let's talk about I first started building Summer Levitain because I liked her, and then I realized I didn't have the skills, then I just gave up on her. And now I want her back, but I don't want to summon on green because there is legendary Lin on that color. Anyway, she has 26 resistance and 31 defense, super high bases, and can be built upon her defenses. The problem is she's gonna be targeted by a lot of bow units, which are effective against flyers, and she's gonna suffer from that. Her attack isn't that good, and her speed is... it says here it's the lowest, second lowest speed in the game. So she's gonna rely a lot on one-shots or skills that grant her that. So much so that she comes with Mirror Impact, which stops foes from making follow-up attacks, which is perfect for her. I mean, she's gonna stop follow-up attacks. She comes with Smite and Deathless Link to combo and support units, and also Auto Attack Wave to give her the extra attack she needs to one-shot some enemies. I like this unit, but she's best used as fodder than as an actual unit on competitive modes. It's not going that much fodder. Summer Gunthra. Let's just say she's not a good unit. Out of the Summer banner, Leggjarn is the best. Summer Leggjarn. But still, Summer Gunthra. She has a good speed, a good attack for a dagger unit, and that's it. That's pretty much it, because Tropical Treats, you get attack rest +4 if there's a buff on you. That's it. You get Rally Death Rest Plus and Disarm Trap. There's also ARO Speed Rest 3. So all by herself she doesn't do that much, but if you're using, she was built to be used on Ether Raids, but her skills don't compensate for that. But sorry, her stats don't help with that. And she's best used as fodder also, because Rally Death Rest Plus, which is amazing, and for some reason if you wanted Disarm Trap. I wouldn't use her, I wouldn't pull for her, but I mean, if you're already pulling for Duma and Fjorm, you can get a Guntra in the way. Sophis. Okay, quick talk about Sophis. I think she's one of the best units I've gotten so far. For one simple reason. All of her fodder is great. Every single skill she can fodder, attack speed, solo 3, wrath 3, and time post 3. All of those skills are great, and I'm too scared of foddering her. Why? Because I'm afraid I'm going to regret not getting 2 skills at once, and also because she's also great as a unit. She's basically a melee magic unit, because she doesn't work as a dragon. She neutralizes effective against dragon bonuses, and you get the distant counter, which is really nice. And for her targeting foes resistance, it also deals way more damage, because it's not like a sword duel where both of them target defenses and both have high defenses. They're targeting the res, so it's, yeah, he's gonna take a lot of damage. And also Time's Pulse is an amazing skill, if you're using short turn cooldown, for example, if you want to give Altina, yeah, don't give Altina, but if for some reason you want to give Altina, Ira, times pulse, it would bring their cooldown to down to 1, so it's really nice. Wrath is nice, but you can also get it from a 5-star Astrum. Attack speed soul is one of the, I think, best skills in the game. I really wanted to get some fodder for it, but yeah, all of the units that release with this skill are good, and I want to build them instead of foddering. Sirius is also great because it works to recover your HP and boost your damage. And considering Sothis' base speed is already so high, and you get attack speed solo 3, your damage is also gonna go way high, and that's... Sothis is amazing. That's it. And now for the final unit. It's final, right? Yeah. Julia. Julia is the only unit I've been wanting a lot to get because, well, because of her in general. I love her art, I love her skills. She has Attack Resolve, Mirror Impact, and Dragon Fang. And she also comes around with Virtuous Naga, which, it's effective against Dragon Foes, so it does 99 damage against how much damage does it do? 143 damage against a red Fafnir. And if your attack is higher than foe's attack, get attack rest plus 6. If you initiate, it's attack plus 6, rest plus 10, and foe cannot make a follow-up. And if you start your turn adjacent to an ally, it's attack plus 5, rest plus 5. So you're gonna get a lot of resistance buffs and a lot of attack buffs. She's designed to be a one-shot unit, but also get a lot of resistance buffs to tank some enemy phase or player phase mages. She also comes with Light and Dark, which just neutralizes Dragon effect of calculating damage based on lower foe's defense or res, and also inflicts -2 on everything on foe, and that's just great to say the least. Anyway, that's basically it. I would be pulling for blues because I really want to get Julia and some Tiki merges, but Fjorm is risky. But now that I saw Altina, now that I looked at Altina and how she is, I'm gonna risk it. Because if I get more Marth merges, it's great. I like playing as Marth. And Sothis is also, I'm gonna use her as fodder this time. I'm not going to hold her up. And man, Altina, you have 2 swords. Do you have a single reason why not to use it? Let me give you a good reason. She has 2 swords.